What is going on, Skull family? I'm Kyle,
I'm Darin.
and this is the Purple Dopes with Hopes podcast. Darin, the Minnesota Vikings are on a three-game winning streak. Let's
Oh
just
man.
can we just celebrate that for a second?
I mean, let's take the wins when we can get them, right? We'll be happy about that.
If only this was 13 weeks ago that we were celebrating a three-win
They
streak.
better
But
they better look out or they're gonna finish above 500. So
well, I actually posted something after the game. I thought I didn't think in the 2025 season we'd be this close to 500, but yet
that's
here we
just
are.
it. Yeah.
Oh, well, if you are
Crazy.
tuning in, friends, welcome to the Purple Dopes with Hopes podcast. We are part of the Let's Skull Network. If you are finding us on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe to our channel, as well as if you are following along on any of the podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio. Please make sure to follow along and rate and review the show. Darin and I, every single week, sit down. We chat about our Minnesota Vikings, how they lift up our hopes and then eventually crush them. So we're happy that you guys have found us. So, Darin, 16-3, the Vikings get a win against the Giants. The I guess
16-13. Yep.
16-13. I guess the searching for a first number one draft pick. I heard on the game today that it's like their first time having a shot at the number one pick since like 1970 or something.
The Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that sounds about right.
So they're searching. So anyways, let's just get it right off the cuff first. What are your thoughts watching that 16-13 game? The Minnesota Vikings got a victory.
Oh man. Sloppy offense. I expected more against a bad defense. I'm not going to go straight regression for McCarthy today, but obviously he looked worse today than he has the last couple of weeks. Targeting Jefferson, getting the 80, what do you have,
80,
87 yard,
85 yards. Yeah.
85 yards. So I was happy to see that. He's less than 100 yards from 1,000. I think that's something that we've been talking about week after week. We'd like to see him get there. So uh, happy to see him be more involved. JJ had the touchdown run, which was great.
Yeah.
Pick wasn't great. The fumble, obviously, that seems like the fumble was more to do with the hand injury than
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah.
Um, that's again where you don't like to have to save a guy from himself, right?
Hmm.
And it feels like that's kind of what the coaches are time and time again having to do with him. And it's like, dude, if you can't grip the ball, like you gotta let somebody know that, especially with your throwing hand.
Absolutely. Well, when you watched him go to that sideline after that, I mean, I don't know if you
Yeah.
saw it, but it's like they barely touched the thing, and the guy almost, crumbled at the knees.
Yeah.
So the wince that he did was not just like a ouch, this hurt. It was like in my heart, it was a ouch, he's done for the year.
That's what it looked like,
Yeah,
especially with x-rays being negative. Like it doesn't sound like he broke anything.
yeah,
So now what are we looking at? Ligament damage? Like, I don't know. I'm dreading getting the medical report on that because
hmm,
all we need is for him to miss 3 to 6 months in the off season to get surgery on his throwing hand. And
for
it's like,
sure. Yeah.
I
Well,
didn't want to say it, but
I mean, let's highlight some of the things that went well. Jefferson, I don't know if you saw it, got it on. I can't remember if it was sixth or seventh catch. Set the NFL record for the most pass receptions through 6 seasons in
yep.
NFL history. So shout out to Jets on that.
Yeah.
Making some of his true Justin Jefferson catches today.
Oh
Um,
man,
you
that toe
know,
tapper there on that third and long was just a beaut.
And then he had a couple there where it was, hey, this play is kind of dead, and he does his Jefferson thing, and gets us 10 to 12 yards. I
Yeah.
think he got three third down passes and converted. Or I think he got four third down passes and converted on three of them,
Yeah.
and two of them were behind the sticks. And he had to make a play. He had to do his Justin Jefferson thing, and then that toe tapper, in the third quarter from Brosmer there. I mean, that was just
It's
a
just
beauty catch.
classic
So just such a
Jefferson.
Jefferson, which
Yeah.
to me it seems like maybe there was some connection there that had been
Yeah.
missing. However, the interception, Naylor hit him in the hands. I mean, it may have been a tough catch, but Naylor did have a shot at it, and then Jordan Addison gets a ball
Addison.
in the end zone, right in the basket there. Call him Darius Slayton by the way he dropped that ball. Holy cow!
I don't understand what's going on with him right now.
Yeah,
Like the amount of drops he's had on the year, it's he's just so reliable or has been
yeah,
historically. And
yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that receiving core. I mean, again, Jefferson looked good today, so happy to see that. But yeah, you hate to see that, like, we just can't put a consistent week together.
Yeah, it's just if it's not one thing, it's the next. With our
Right.
receiving core, is
Yeah.
like we get a game where Naylor goes off, but Jefferson can't catch a ball, and then Jefferson's doing his thing one game, and Naylor's making drops. It's just all the season long we've been at this. It just seems like time and time again, our Minnesota Vikings cannot put together a whole game with a whole team.
Yeah. And I mean, they ran the ball. Like, I was happy to see him stick with the run.
Absolutely.
It wasn't overly effective. Aaron Jones finished with like 80 yards or so, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I did look at the stats there. He rushed the ball 21 times, 85 yards, but a majority of those came in that second half.
Yeah.
And then I think he got 10 to 15 of them on that last drive there when they needed a first down, which good for Jones to get out there and stay. I,
For
I know
sure.
his ankle was bugging him, and he stayed through it and got us the first down.
Yeah, and it's one of those wins, like, in a winning season, you'd feel, I wouldn't say you feel good about it, but you'd be like, sometimes you got to win these ugly ones.
Yeah.
It's just, in a non-winning season, you kind of want to lose the ugly ones to get your better draft pick. But
Well, I mean, it was a tough game against a Giants team who I really think was playing for the number one pick. I mean,
yeah,
the decisions that they were making, they had a fourth down there where it was 3-0
yep,
inside the 10, and they elect to go for it.
to
And
go for it.
Dart takes a sack,
Yeah,
and then they had a couple other fourth down attempts there. And then I mean, I don't want to dog Darius Slayton, but dude, right in his breadbasket, and he drops it. I'm like, is
yeah,
that him pulling that drop, or is that
yeah,
the
yeah.
team going, listen, we don't want to move the chains?
Behind the scenes bonuses payout. Now we're getting too conspiratorial
That's
here.
true. I
Yeah,
don't want to get too much of a conspiracist on the
yeah.
Purple Dubs. We might pull in some viewers that we don't
That's
want
right.
on the
That's right.
podcast.
Yeah,
But the ground game, was nice to see Jones carving up, 85 yards. Mason goes out with an injury though, so
yeah.
I haven't heard anything on that, but
Same.
um,
I didn't watch KOC's presser after either, so I'm not sure if he made any comments around the injuries coming out of the game or not. But
yeah, I mean,
the McCarthy one is the big one that we have to keep an eye on because
oh for sure,
I mean it'd be a bummer if he misses the last two games. I mean it sure seems like it's gonna be the case, but yeah, I'm just hoping that whatever it is, it's as minimal as possible and he can go through a full off season program ready to go. But
yeah. Well, let's maybe get ahead of some of the other Viking social medias out there. If JJ does end up missing the end of the season here, kind of what are your thoughts as far as going into the offseason if he doesn't play these last two games against the Packers and Lions?
yeah, I mean my thoughts haven't changed. Like JJ is going to be considered our guy going into next year.
Yeah,
If like even if he doesn't play the last two games, he would be considered at least the favorite to be the starter.
yeah,
That being said, I think you have to look at what's available for a veteran that you can bring in to be a backup. And maybe it's Carson Wentz still. I don't really know.
yeah,
But I think it's like looking for that veteran presence. And I think I'm a big proponent of drafting a quarterback every year, whether you need one or not. I think you should always draft a quarterback.
yeah,
And I'm not saying spend your first rounder on one, but scout the quarterbacks. And if there's a guy sitting there and there's a ton of value at the pick, you take him. And I
yeah,
don't care if it's in the first, second, fifth, whatever.
yeah,
So I do think the Vikings have to look at, who are the college quarterbacks coming out? Does anyone kind of fit what KOC wants to do?
yeah.
And I don't necessarily want to trade up for someone. Um, and yeah, but again, and then this has died down in the last week or so, but the Joe Burrow conversation again, see if that heats up in the off season. But
Well, I mean, here's my biggest struggle right now with JJ McCarthy, and you and I have both been on the JJ train as our quarterback one. He's got an ankle injury, gets a concussion. Now he's got a hand injury. Is this just a continued trend of what we're going to see out of this kid
yeah,
as we move forward? And so I wouldn't say that
that's a
I'm
fair
pumping
concern.
the brakes completely on McCarthy as our quarterback.
Yeah,
However, I am thinking we need to take into consideration in the offseason, if this is a trend, we need a guy who can step in there and do it. And Max Brosmer is a great story. Don't
yeah.
get me wrong, I love him on our roster, but he's not a guy that can step in there and win us games right now.
No, he's not.
So
No,
I really feel like if this thing is going to put McCarthy out for the end of the year, we need to make considerations either in the draft, or we need to go out there and get a guy who's really going to
Yeah.
challenge McCarthy in camp for the quarterback spot. Because at the start of this year, McCarthy was given the keys, go for it, gets injured, given the keys again, gets a concussion, given the keys again. I mean, I only think you can give the keys to the kid enough times before you're like, hey, we got
I
to
mean,
put the
that's a big part of playing the NFL is being on the field.
yeah,
Like, especially as a quarterback, like you can't go week to week availability. Like it's just too important of a position and it has to have consistency.
yeah,
Um, and so I don't, again, you can't label a guy injury prone yet,
yeah.
but I mean, hell, he's missed what, a whole season
Well,
plus
yeah,
call it half of the season on injury. So,
yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
this was his ninth game, and what have we played 16? So, yeah, or
yeah, if he
17
misses the
weeks.
rest of the year, he'll essentially have missed a season and a half due to injuries of two
So,
seasons. So
yeah, and I mean, I guess I
it's,
wasn't even taking into consideration the fact that he missed all of last season,
yeah,
with an injury. So we're talking four different injuries
yep.
for this guy in his first two seasons.
Yeah, and that,
You hate to put that label on a 22-year-old kid, but also like I think we need to take that consideration, as far as our team goes. Like you said, we need a guy in there who week after week is going to be our quarterback. That's what wins games in the NFL.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So, I mean,
not just
again, hoping that he can be healthy enough that he starts the offseason program. Even if he misses the last two games, we need him ready to go in the offseason. So,
100%. I mean, we both know the Vikings need to hit the ground running when it comes to the offseason time, and he's got to be ready to put in the extra time, the extra work to make those connections with the Jeffersons and the Addisons. We'll see. Hopefully the Nailers. Those guys who are going to be catching balls for you next season. Like we got to have those
100%.
connections week one. Like
Yeah.
we can't spend the first 8 to 10 weeks of the season figuring out who we are another year.
That's just it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to come in ready to go hit the ground running.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I mean, it seemed like for the most part our offensive line played decent, except with the exception of that dude coming in there and blasting JJ. Holy cow!
Yeah, I thought the O line held up again. What kind of looks were the Giants really giving us? My
Yeah,
guess is it was pretty generic and vanilla, but
for sure.
they still stopped them or blocked them well enough, and
Yeah.
so I'll give them credit for that. But yeah, again, it just surprising that we were only able to put up, you know, 16 points against a pretty bad defense.
Yeah, well, I guess my hope would be if JJ comes out in that second half, it would have been a little bit different
Yeah.
of an offensive movement. Max in there, I think Max did his best,
Yep.
but Max Brosmer's Max Brosmer, and
Yep. For sure.
we all know what what we have in Max Brosmer. We saw what happened when he was given his opportunity, and I think that's about the ceiling we got with him. So he's going to come in there.
Absolutely.
He's going to hand the
Yeah.
ball off to Aaron Jones. He's gonna throw a couple nice passes, which he did. That ball to Jefferson was a great pass.
Yes.
But yeah, but let's let's give it up for our defense because we had a tip interception, Darin.
Finally. Oh my gosh.
Finally, we had a tip. A ball actually was tipped in the air, and the Minnesota Vikings defense
Somehow.
got it. I mean, so shout out to Byron
Yeah.
Murphy for getting his first pick of the season there.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah. It was good to see that he finally got one because he's been, again, I think he's getting dogged on a little bit too much just with the contract he signed
for
and
sure.
kind of lack of production in terms of turnovers. But I actually don't think he's had that bad of a season overall.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like when guys are getting burnt, it's not really him. So
Yeah.
overall, I've been pretty pleased with how he's played. So I was happy to see him get a pick today. That was, good for him.
Oh, for sure. And then our defense does get 5 sacks and that interception. And then Jackson Dart had 5 passing yards at halftime.
Isn't that crazy?
He had
Also, did you
one completion.
did you see the stat? I think it's five. We haven't given up a touchdown pass in 5 games.
I did not see that or hear that.
Yeah. Yeah. Defense hasn't given up a touchdown pass in 5 games.
Wow. I mean,
So
as I think back on it, that's pretty
again,
accurate.
shout out to the D because again, we've talked about this week after week. Like in terms of who's keeping in games, the defense is the ones doing it. So
Well, I think it even got to, excuse me, a point in that second half when the Giants basically refused to pass the ball.
yeah.
I mean, It was
They didn't want to accidentally score a touchdown.
yeah, and that may be true. There may have been some fears in that, but really, I think there was like just over 2 minutes left in the game there, and they're still running the ball, and they're on the other side of the 50. So to me, that just showed you that they knew that the pass game wasn't going to work today.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yep.
mean,
100%.
I think Dart finished with 33 passing yards for the game.
That's insane.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I mean, shout out to the D again. I don't think the Giants are world beaters on offense, but Jackson Dart's been having a good rookie season. So, I mean, holding him to 33 yards, like, gotta feel good about that.
I kind of feel bad for all those fantasy playoff guys that threw Dart in, hoping he
Yep.
would put up a game against JJ McCarthy. Because
That's a rough one.
wow, yeah, 33 points and an interception. So he literally got you 0 points. I
Yep.
apologize to you. So he
Yeah,
may have
that's
had some
rough.
rushing yards in there. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, like I said, they did really lean on the run. So the Giants did have 130 yards rushing, but once again, like you said, zero touchdowns, zero offensive touchdowns in that game.
Yep.
Yeah, the
It's
only
again classic that the D holds them to no offensive touchdowns, but they still get a touchdown because that's kind of been the story of the season for us. But
absolutely. Well, I mean that sack fumble there was pretty brutal. I mean it once again it just bounced right literally into the guy's hands and he
yeah,
steps into the end zone. The things that haven't been happening to our Minnesota Vikings seem to be happening to the other team every time we play
yes,
somebody. So
yes, they do.
let's go Cowboys interception landing in the guy's lap.
Right.
Strip sack bounces up and the guy picks it up and he high steps into the end zone. I mean, they're just the
Yeah.
gifts just keep coming in the December season for the other team when they play the Minnesota Vikings.
100%.
But I think we got to finish it with once again a shout out to Will the Thrill.
Hey, get that guy in the Pro Bowl. Are you kidding me?
Oh, he's got to, right? 3 for 3 and comes in there. And as you said, as I'm watching that, I'm going, it's good. I don't care if the wind's blowing 100 miles an hour. Like,
No. He
and
just
what's funny is if you watch the Giants kicker, he had to put a little English on it to
yeah.
curve it in. Will the Thrill just drilled that thing through.
Yeah.
No, he's just
It's
he continues to
again,
impress
just
me.
knowing that you have that level of consistency at kicker is amazing.
Absolutely.
Like just being tortured for year after year on kickers, and now to have Will the Thrill, it's yeah, feels great.
Yeah.
Two misses this year, both seem or appear to have hit the wire. So
Let's get our conspiracy hats on this
yeah,
one
I
because
mean, one of them I'm 100% sure hit the wire.
yeah,
That one in London, like that's pretty obvious. The other one, it's less obvious, but I still think it did because.
yeah, because
But
we love Will the Thrill and we're all
a
about
shout out to Will because man, he's what a player. Great to have
just
him on the roster.
just continues to come through clutch
Yeah.
kicker for us. I mean, what we need is the Vikings fans for so many years, but just wish every area was as confident as Will the Thrill.
Yeah, no kidding.
I wish
No
when
kidding.
I wish when JJ stepped out on the floor or on the court, it was like the field.
The
Jeez
court.
Louise, what am I playing? Coaching all these basketball teams. Stepped out on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
field, we were like, yeah, we're getting a touchdown on this one, like we are
Right,
with Will the
right.
Thrill.
I gotta love that consistency though.
Oh, absolutely. All right, man. Well, we gotta circle back as always. We are the Purple Dopes with hopes. So let's circle back to our Purple Dope hopes for the next game, Christmas Day against the Lions, presented by 612Tees. 612, fantastic Minnesota-based apparel company. Use Purple Dopes 25. Get yourself 25% off your first order. Darin, we got a Christmas Day game coming up. The Whiteout. What are your Purple Dope hopes for this week?
Yeah, I mean, again, coming off today, this might be one of the tougher days to come up with some hopes, but really hoping to see Jefferson. He plays well against the Lions all the time. So I'd love to see them target Jefferson early and often, get him the ball. Let's push him over 1,000 yards on the year. Um, and that's really my hope. Again, we're kind of playing spoiler. The Lions are losing to the Steelers now, so honestly, they might be, for all intents and purposes, eliminated too.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's just more for like, kind of that individual stuff that I think that we're rooting for some of our guys. I think that's what we're hoping for. Obviously, I'm hoping for the best with JJ and maybe whatever's going on with the hand ends up being minor and he can
Hmm.
play. Like that's most ideal.
Yeah.
So I would hope that he would play. But
Yeah.
that being said, looked kind of bad. So I don't know if he'll be out there, but just hoping to see some good individual performances. I would like to see Max Brosmer look at least relatively competent as
For
a
sure.
quarterback. I don't want us to have to go run the ball 50 times against the Lions.
Hmm.
Be great to see him. I know I'm not asking for 300 yards, but maybe see 200, right? Just
Yeah.
run the offense. Hopefully, KO can kind of dumb down the playbook a little bit just to make sure Max is feeling comfortable and set
Just
him up, set
just
him up for success.
feel
So,
like the playbook is like continued to be dumbed down the entire
yeah,
season.
I mean, KOC, I'm sure loves to hear and think about that, day after day, but
Yeah,
I think that's our reality right now. So, just looking for some good individual performances. I'd love to see the Hitman get a pick.
for sure.
Goff doesn't throw many of them, but be great to see him get a pick. I think he's got 38 for the career. It'd be nice to see him round it out to 40.
How cool would
Get
that be?
one each of the last two games. But
Mhm.
so for me, the hopes are really just the individual performances, um, and hopefully just close out the year feeling okay about some of the guys.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, my biggest hope is it's the whiteout game, baby. Like I love the whiteout game. I mean,
That
last
game's
year,
fun.
being able to see kind of the aftermath of the whiteout game,
Yeah,
going to the next home game against the Packers. But man, the environment of US Bank Stadium for the whiteout game just seems like a different place.
yeah, and
It
it's
just
Christmas Day. I mean, I hope
Christmas Day whiteout.
again.
I mean, it doesn't get more whiteout worthy than that. Christmas Day. So
And I
um,
wouldn't imagine there'd be a lot of Lions fans traveling. Like I'm sure there's some local Lions fans in the
yeah,
Minneapolis area, but wouldn't assume there'd be a lot of people traveling on the holidays. So I'm hoping that the Vikings fans will show out in good numbers
yeah,
and you know just go out and have some. I mean, the games are awesome.
for sure.
Like, yeah, it sucks that we're not going to be in the playoffs, but I still love going to the games.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping the crowd's a little bit rowdy and yeah, it'd be fun to see some, like I said, really good individual performances by our guys.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's my biggest hope is just that Minnesota Vikings fans will, get behind the theme of the whiteout game.
Yeah.
We'll just pack that US Bank Stadium. It's a primetime game on Netflix. So we get to watch it all over. So I would love to see Minnesota Vikings fans representing well, even though our team is not, our playoff hopes are over. We are in a 3-game winning streak, but hopefully they'll get behind whoever's at quarterback and be willing to kind of get that environment nice and loud and rowdy
Absolutely.
for the last 2 games of the year. I mean,
Yeah.
it is a NFC North matchup against the Lions. There is that chance that we could be playing spoiler the last 2 games of the season. So why not?
Why not?
However, I do feel like if something comes up, JJ's hand, he's gonna be done.
Yeah.
If Jordan Mason's injury is minor, he's probably going to be done for the year. I think we're going to
Yep.
see that happening, and I just hope the last game against the Packers isn't just scrubs in there finishing out the year. I hope we see.
Yeah, that would be a bummer. Just because yeah, you hate to see a Viking Packer game that doesn't mean anything.
For
So like
sure.
that's kind of a bummer for the Vikings, but
Yeah,
to your point, at least if the guys are playing, it'll feel intense. Yeah, if it's half the starters are out,
yeah.
it'll be less exciting.
I don't want a preseason to end the season.
Right, exactly.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the whiteout game. Christmas Day, you're going to be there. Hopefully, it's going to be an exciting
Yeah, man,
environment.
we got a big clan going from the Bergesons. We got nine tickets for the game, so that's
That's
gonna be fun.
awesome.
Yeah, be
Well,
super fun.
I guess what are you looking forward to in that game from the Vikings and the Lions?
Yeah, again, I think that, like I said earlier, I want to see good individual performances on our
Mm.
side. Again, Jefferson's the big one for me. Love to see Hitman come up with a game. Um, the Lions, it'll be interesting to see how they come out if they end up losing tonight. Again, I think that seven spot is still probably gettable. So again, I think you'll see some desperation from the
Yeah,
Lions.
yeah,
I think you'll see a heavy dose of Jameer Gibbs.
for sure.
Just the way the last game went, I think they'd probably like to, you know, run the ball kind of all over us since we shut them down. So, yeah, I'd expect to see a heavy dose there, and the Lions will be kind of giving us everything they got.
Well, I mean, as far as the NFC playoff race goes, it's probably going to come down to the Packers and the Lions for that last spot. Um,
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and with the Packers having that tie on their record,
mm,
there's no tiebreaker really that's gonna unless the Lions tie a game. But
yeah,
it really seems like the Packers. I mean, they got who's it next week? I think it's Baltimore next week. So they don't
Yeah.
have an easy one either next week.
And
So
they
even if the Lions lose this one, I mean, they know that coming to Minnesota and getting a win will be crucial for them to even have a shot at the playoffs.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, then you think about it, the Packers are kind of reeling with injuries right now.
Yeah,
Jordan Love, concussion protocol, probably going to be out this week. You got to imagine that, these next two games are going to be super important for both teams,
they're huge.
as far as who's
Yep.
going to get that last playoff spot. Because I think as of right now, it's probably between those two teams. I'm not thinking of any other teams that are at that 8, 9 win spot.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
drop your
I mean,
prediction.
yeah, the NFC South has, Tampa. Well, no, Tampa, I guess, lost to Carolina. So
Yeah, I think
Tampa, I think, is below 500. So I don't even know if they can catch the Packers. So it's really, I think that last spot's coming down to Lions Packers. And
I know we're a
we'll
Vikings
see.
podcast, man, but the Carolina Panthers are kind of like this sneaky team right now. I don't.
I mean, uh, they win they're going to get a home game in the playoffs.
Isn't that
Like, yeah,
crazy?
I don't know, man. They control
Oh,
their own destiny right now. So
that's
that's kind of a fun story.
yeah. I mean, you kind of root for those teams that have been bad for so
Totally.
long, but
Yeah.
as long as they're not in the NFC North.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it is kind of cool to see them, being kind of the cellar dwellers for the last couple of years to kind of come on and Bryce Young to have the success he's having, and so
Absolutely. I mean, that's just it. For a guy like Bryce Young,
yeah,
a lot of pressure been on him his whole career. Kind of felt bad for him how things went down with, Panthers gave up so much to get him,
for sure.
which basically left nothing around him for the
Mm,
first couple of years. His best receiver was Adam Thielen.
yeah, and then they get rid of him.
Yeah, then they got rid of him. Yeah. So,
Well,
happy for Bryce Young.
let's hear your prediction, man. What do you got for the game, the Lions Vikings whiteout, December 25th, Christmas Day?
I am going to go 1917 Vikings.
Okay, all right. So a heavy dose of Will the Thrill then.
Heavy dose of Will the Thrill. Kicking
Yeah.
off. I think Will the Thrill is gonna make a 60 yarder.
How
60
electric would
plus.
US Bank be if Will the
Oh
Thrill
man.
drills well, I got ills in there, a 60-yard kick.
It'd be great if KOC would really go for something big and like kick like a 70 yarder with
Let's
them.
go. Let's go. I mean, why not at
That
this
would be
point?
fun. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, well, I got the Minnesota Vikings 17. Man, I don't know if Brosmer's out there. Do we got enough to get 17? All right, we'll go Minnesota Vikings 17, Lions 14.
Love it.
Yeah, why not? So
Why not? Why not us?
I think it could be a little bit more high scoring. If we do get McCarthy back in there. So I guess I'll asterisk that there. If McCarthy isn't there, I could easily see this being, a 30-35 shootout and Vikings getting a win. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
But
yeah, totally.
if Brosmer's in there, I think we're gonna have a lot of runs,
Yeah,
out there. So,
yeah.
um, all right, man. Well, I want to close this out with a little side by side for you. I sent you this the other day to give you a little preview, but I just want to get your thoughts as we kind of round the end of the season. I know you and I both are big KOC fans, but I saw this little side by side from a former Minnesota Viking coach, Mike Zimmer. So, in their first 4 seasons, Mike Zimmer had 39 wins. Kevin O'Connell has 40 wins. Mike Zimmer had one playoff win. KOC has 0 playoff wins. Mike Zimmer had 2 division titles. KOC has 1 division title. The offense was ranked 17th under Mike Zimmer. The offense is ranked 17th under KOC. Under Zimmer, though, the defense is ranked 6th in his first 4 years, and KOC is 15th ranked. What are your thoughts as you look at that and kind of evaluate the differences between the two, but also the similarities between the two?
I mean, yeah, I'll start off by saying like Mike Zimmer was a good coach.
Yeah,
Like when we brought him in, like he got results pretty much right away.
for sure.
We missed the playoffs his first year, but like we were rolling. Like you could tell we were going to be a good team. So, again, I think the comparisons. It's like I think that's a good comparison. Again,
Mm,
40 wins in the first 5 seasons.
5 seasons, yeah.
Um, Again, I don't want to make excuses, but KOC, this has been what a weird year quarterback wise for us.
Mm.
then he went that Kirk Cousins year where, they're the last Kirk Cousins year, he's out half the year.
Yeah.
Again, I don't want to make excuses, but like when you have that level of inconsistency at quarterback, like that's what happens.
Yeah. I mean, but if
Um,
you look back to Zimmer, though, I mean, he had some pretty inconsistent years at QB as well.
oh, absolutely. I mean, we went to the NFC Championship game with a backup quarterback. So, I mean, again, like, yeah, yeah, the comparisons, I mean, I would say they are similar. The offensive rank is interesting, just being 17th. I guess that's probably the most disappointing. The
Hmm.
defensive rank being 15th, I don't know. How much does that first year defense drag that
True.
average down?
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
when we
that
were the
defense
worst
was
defense in the NFL, yes,
historically bad.
yes,
So,
I'm sure that factors into it as to some degree. But I
yeah.
just found it interesting because I know that there are Vikings fans who do not like Mike Zimmer. We're not Mike
Mhm.
Zimmer fans, and by the end of his career, they wanted him out of there. But I just kind of look at it and go, well, maybe you continue to ride these guys a little bit and allow them that time to, hopefully put together a stretch of years where we're really, really good. So,
Well, and again, like we've talked about, for those that are calling for KOC to be fired, who do you want to hire?
yeah, 100%.
Like, tell me who's the next guy then, because
Yeah,
I don't think that there's a candidate available in the offseason that would be a better coach than KOC.
yeah,
So
I
you,
would
you
agree
tell
with you.
me like I'm not going to fire him to hire someone who's worse. Like
Yeah,
that's
no, I'm
that's
right there
crazy.
with you. I would agree with you there. I mean, I wouldn't want to fire KOC anyway,
Yeah.
um, but I know that there are folks that are sitting there, calling, expecting more, wanting more, and I get that as
Yeah.
Vikings fans. But you're right. What do we do? Like,
Yeah.
what we're going to bring in a guy that's worse than him,
Yeah.
which
And
I
we all
think is a
want
pretty
more.
dang
We
good.
want more from the team, but
Yeah,
to me it really starts in the front office and being able to like draft well.
yeah,
And so again, I love watching these last few games, but I'm looking ahead to the draft thinking like we need some guys.
yeah, absolutely,
Like we have to get some starters out of the draft this year, some
for
day
sure.
one starters. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be crucial.
All right. Well, Darin is going to be live and direct at US Bank this weekend. So if you
Can't
guys are down
wait.
section 101,
Section 101. I'm bringing some shirts, man. I still got some extra purple dope shirts, so I'm just gonna bring
okay,
them, and I'm gonna find some folks that will start repping some purple dope shirts, and
let's do it.
we'll get some more listeners
Heck yeah.
on
Well,
Thursday.
if you're in section 101 or around there, make sure you find Darin, snag yourself some Purple Dope swag,
Yeah, we'll have some
represent that
swag at the
well.
game.
Um,
Absolutely.
and just remember, Purple Dopers, like the Purple Dope started when the Vikings were struggling. And
Yeah,
so when the Vikings come on and all these other podcasts are popping up, make sure you stick with the Purple Dopes because we are with the Vikes through and through with the hopes. So.
always with the hopes.
All right. Well, if you are following along on YouTube, please make sure you do subscribe to our channel. 140 subs at this point, so we're just continuing to grow each and every week. So thank you guys for subbing, and then drop a skull. Let's get a little skull thread going on the old YouTube. And then if you're following
Absolutely.
along on the podcast, please make sure rate and review, and of course follow along with the podcast. We are headed to U.S. Bank. We are in the whiteout. Christmas Day. Merry Christmas from the Purple Dopes. And as always, you skull, we all skull together. We'll catch you guys next week.
Skull.